Hi, welcome back to my channel. It has been so long, guys. I honestly don't even remember the last video I posted, so yeah, it's been a minute. What have I been doing? A whole lot of... Actually, let me not say that. I was gonna say a whole lot of nothing, which is very untrue. I've been doing a lot with work, life. I've been traveling a lot. I've been living my life as normal, and I haven't been able to read. Okay. I'm just lying. I have been able to read, but I've been in the biggest book slump of my life. I don't know if it's normal with you guys or it's just a me thing, but I tend to also ignore the bed in the background. We got a guest bed. It's not made, but it definitely has been laid upon. But regardless, what was I saying? Sometimes I tend to hyperfixate on my hobbies. I've come to realize that I've really missed reading a lot. I miss sitting down and kind of escaping to a different world or just reading about other people's lives. I want to try to make this as sustainable as possible because I do miss making these videos. I do miss just being able to talk about books more enthusiastically than I have been recently. It feels like it's been well over a year, and the last book I remember posting was Onyx Storm. And Onyx Storm was a doozy. I wouldn't say I hated it, but it was kind of a disappointment to me. But other than that, I mean, I haven't even looked at my channel, so I can't even tell you what I read last. I can tell you what I read recently because I got back into reading, which all the credit goes to my girl, my queen, Sarah J. Maas. She announces the next ACOTAR book, the next two ACOTAR books, and I lock in. I fully lock in. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it's time for me to laser finish these books because I cannot be behind when those books are released. And my best friend Janelle has been waiting for me to finish Crescent City 2 for the longest time. This is her word. She felt some type of loyalty to read the third book with me, which I adore her for that. Thank you so much, Janelle. I made her wait so long, and I understand now why, because the ending of the second one blew my head off. I was so flabbergasted. But I'm so happy that she waited because now we're reading Crescent City 3 together. I did reread the Hunger Games series because that's what we read in book club. I remember loving the Hunger Games so much. I really enjoy the first one still. The second one I still think is probably the best book in the series. And then the third one, Mockingjay, I don't know. And I just finished A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Not the book. I don't hate the book. I hate the main character. Snow, I hate him. He's so selfish, he's so manipulative, and I know that he is the villain. He is the villain of the Hunger Games. So I get that we weren't supposed to like him, but it was really hard to read a book where not an ounce of you cared about this person and what he was going through, because it was so out of touch. Like, he is out of touch, and even people around him who were raised the same way had more empathy than his little pea brain. So now I'm currently reading Finley Donovan is Killing It. I haven't gone too far into it yet. I am on page 62, chapter 8, and it's about Finley Donovan. She is a single mother of 2. She's an author, struggling to write her book, and broke. So we start off with her trying to talk to her agent and figure out her book plan and her book deal. And someone overhears their meeting and assumes that she's a hit woman, which is so funny because Finley writes suspense romances, which sounds really intriguing. If you guys have any books in that genre, like, actually, I would love to read that because it seems so interesting. I guess The Housemaid would kind of be that, right? Like a mystery suspense. It wasn't really much of a romance. Never mind. Ignore I said that. Someone overhears her and tries to hire her as a hit woman. Now, Finley is a nosy bitch. She listens to this wife say, My husband is a terrible person. I want to pay you $50,000 in cash to murder him, but don't tell me about it. And Finley's like, heck no. And then she thinks about it more, like, but why is he so bad? And now she's in the deep end, so I'm excited to see how this goes. Yeah, that's my current update. I've been yapping. I hope you guys are still here. So I think I decided to kind of do a mood reading vlog in sorts, just because I'm reading multiple books currently and I don't know how I want to format this video. So I hope you guys enjoy a mood reading vlog. I'm gonna start off with continuing with Finley Donovan is killing it. I'm currently at a juicy part because she just did something that is wild. I mean, he fully deserves it. I think Finn just did something on accident. That is a good accident, but is going to cause her so much trouble. Oh my god. As soon as this chapter started, where she's like, you know, I can't even tell you, because I feel like that would spoil it. But as soon as she started describing something, I'm like, oh my god. You're about to be in a world of trouble. I can already feel it. Honest to god, this book is giving me whiplash because it went from, oh dear god, to LOL, why are we worrying about a frying pan currently, to what do you mean? And that's all in one page. I went through so many freaking emotions. I was scared for her, and then I was laughing because I'm like, this is so unserious. So absolutely unserious for a very serious situation. And then now I'm like, okay, now there's something really suspicious. What do you mean? Anyways, I guess. The author does a really good job and making you feel so much suspense. There have been multiple times in this book where I'm like, alright, Finley Donovan is not killing it because she's about to get her ass thrown into jail immediately. And it's like a constant hanging of that like dread as you read this book because you really do want her to succeed, even though murder is not a good thing. I do not condone murder, but her as a character and her background and just everything she's going through, you want her to succeed. There's always like little bits of crumbs of, oh my god, she's about to get caught. It makes you feel like you're Finley. You did something terrible, but like you're just the reader, right? I think that's kind of fun. So I was kind of going through my reading journal and I forgot how far back it actually went. Like the first page is 2024, which is kind of crazy. I feel like that was 2 years ago, but it doesn't feel that long ago because I remember very vividly making this journal and I just was flipping through it and thinking, wow, this was really fun. Look how cute this was. This wish list. So cute. Like these little flowers at the bottom. Like I used to spend so long making these journal pages and I'm like, obviously I'm not upset. I just never fully committed because there was just so much data to have to fill in every single time I finished a book, and I think that prevented me from staying on top of it. I did a page for each month and then I did book reviews, what I rated it, and then what I like a little review, actually a review. And I'm like, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that because I have these videos for that, and it just keeps me from enjoying the best parts of reading itself. But I did like some of the pages I had, which are like 25 books I want to read in 2025. I want to do one for this year, even though it is well into the year. It is March already, but I do want to try to do it. But I still have like half the journal because I never stayed on top of it. I think I'm gonna put something together for 2026 and I'll try to show you guys by next video if you're interested. It's been like 2 days? Yeah, I think it's been like 2 days. Don't be fooled. This is just a hoodie that I put on over my pajamas because I work from home, so whenever I get cold, I just throw this hoodie on. So I just have the same outfit on. It's been 2 days. Yesterday, I didn't read too much. I did end up reading 2 chapters yesterday before bed just to kind of unwind for the night. Now I'm on page 165. I think the last time we talked I was probably a little bit before 100 pages, and I still really enjoy this book. It's kind of like fun. I think I would enjoy it more if she kind of played into the bit. Like, I get it, murder is not good, and if it was real life, I understand her feelings completely, but this is fiction, and I kind of wish that our main character just dove into it more. It would have been more fun and easygoing and funny, I guess, in my opinion. Kind of wished it was more goofy, if that makes sense, which that's just my own opinion, and that's on me, you know, that's not something on the author or the book, but I'm still enjoying it. Like, I still think that this is a fun concept to read about. Finley is kind of just being dragged through the motions of everything. Decisions are being made for her. People are not letting her fully explain or like decide what she wants to do because she's just being thrown into the deep end. It's a fun read and it's going by pretty quickly. I think I'm gonna read more today. I did want to pick up this book also right now because I like to listen to audiobooks whenever I'm doing chores around the house. I love haunted things. I find it really fascinating. I love haunted videos. So when I saw this book, I was like really intrigued. You know, the more I listen to this book, the more I realize that maybe this isn't actually a haunted house. I feel like my camera's crooked, but I can't tell how to fix it. It's been like, I don't even know how many days it's been. It's Monday now, so we went through the whole weekend without talking. It's because I've basically just rotted all weekend. Besides meeting up with a friend, I've been kind of just rotting on the couch, not reading specifically. It was playing a game on my Switch, playing a franchise from my childhood, and I've been just grinding that, and I read a little bit of Finley Donovan is Killing It, but not too much. I just wanted to show you guys, like, that is my reading journey of getting out of my reading slump. Yes, I've been more motivated to read recently, but I still have moments where I'm like, I want to do other things. I'm just trying to be authentic with you guys because I know in the past I used to try to read multiple books in a week just so I can get a video out, but now I'm not gonna push myself. As you can see, or maybe you guys don't see because why would you be paying that much attention or care at all? I redid my office a little bit, so the bookshelves are a little bit different and I just moved things around. I'll probably make a video about my bookshelves and my office in general just to show you my space, and I'm gonna try to include my reading journal in that video in depth because I've been doing that a little bit throughout the weekend. So I have new pages. I actually started scrapbooking more. I love these new pages that I made, but I'll probably go into it more in that video. So if you're interested, keep an eye out for that one. The last time I talked to you guys, I think I mentioned that I was starting this one on audio whenever I do chores. I'm currently on chapter 7, page 66. I went through the book a little bit to see like these dark pages, what they are. They're the 5 stages of grief. And I understand where that grief is coming from. It's in the back of the book. So basically her parents die and she has to go back to kind of settle everything, figure out what to do with their house and their belongings, and she has to do it with her, I wouldn't say eccentric family, but unique family, specifically her younger brother, who in her head, someone that's not super successful and a lowlife, I guess, but from what I've seen of him, he just seems not the posh type, which is her. He's kind of grieving in a different way, but she doesn't understand that. She thinks that the way she's grieving or wants to do things is more proper, I guess. I don't know. It's getting a little messy. The one interesting thing that I learned was Janelle already read this and she did not like the book. So luckily this is an audiobook. I'm gonna give it a chance to kind of determine my own opinions, but that was not a good sign because Janelle and I usually like the same kind of books. Alright, I just got off of work and I'm gonna make us some dinner. So I'm gonna plug in, listen to more of how to sell a haunted house, and hopefully it gets a little bit more exciting because right now I just feel like the characters are all pretty much unlikable, but we'll see. I don't even know what to say because I am extremely upset about one of these characters. He is making me so mad that I'm like, do I even want to continue? I really wanted to read this book without any determined notions. Is that the saying? But my own opinions right now is that I hate Mark. I hate him. Like, he is really irritating me, and I don't know if I can continue listening to this if this is gonna be the way it is. I'm gonna listen to a little more and see how it goes, but oh my god, am I so... I just can't. I can't. I also dislike Louise, the main character. Is the book good because the characters are more realistic, which means they can be unlikable? Or is the book bad? No, the book's not bad. I think I just don't like the characters. I'm gonna push through. I'm gonna push through. At least while I'm cooking this dinner, I'm gonna keep listening to see if I'm able to keep continuing with this. Update time. I've been reading a good bit tonight because Janelle and I kind of FaceTimed and just read our own books. Wanted to give you guys a quick update. I stopped at chapter 12 for How to Sell a Haunted House. I just have some issues with it. The main one is I hate the characters. There is not a single character in the book so far that I like. Like, our main character, Louise, she just feels so insufferable and so judgy and so pretentious. The other character I don't like is her younger brother, and they both don't like each other. They just don't have a very good relationship with each other. I think their opinions of each other are very true from what I've seen. It's just really annoying. She always talks about how she's the adult and like she's so mature. None of it feels like you're adult, and like that's not even my issue. It's just none of this book feels very enjoyable at the moment. That sucks to say because I was really excited to read this. I was mainly excited for the paranormal aspect. Is there a paranormal aspect? Not from what I've seen. We've got like 2 little glimpses of possible like haunting, like ghost haunting, but it was written off so quickly that I was like, maybe it was just a fluke. I don't even think this book has anything to do with real ghosts. Honestly, that's a little disappointing, in my opinion. Anyways, those are my thoughts right now. I'm gonna keep holding out. I think I'm going to keep reading, or I guess listening to the book for a little bit and really decide maybe halfway through if I really want to continue. Besides that, Janelle and I read, and I picked up Finley Donovan is Killing It. I read about 100 pages, a lot more than I have been in the last couple of days, and I will say this book reads really, really quickly. It just feels like a sitcom. Maybe not a sitcom, but like comedy, like a movie about some lady getting dragged into murder for hire. Hire for murder? Hire for murder. The reviews say it's funny. I mean, the humor isn't really my type of humor. Like, I haven't really found myself laughing at all. But I will say the atmosphere that the book puts you in is kind of silly. The genre is cozy mystery. I'm sure a lot of you have read this before because it was really popular. I'm really enjoying this. I think I'm going to continue reading a little bit tonight and possibly finish this tomorrow to give you guys a full review, because I would like to have a review on this video rather than just like me doing random things. I'm sure this video has been so, not chaotic, but just all over the place. Good morning. So remember I said that I was gonna try to finish Finley Donovan is Killing It today? Well, I actually ended up reading on my Kindle in bed because it's on Kindle Unlimited, and I ended up finishing the book last night. So, I wanted to give you guys an update. Overall, it's a really fun, a quick, easy read. It's definitely a cozy mystery. I ended up giving it a 4-star. I really enjoyed it. I would like to mention that while I was getting the Kindle Unlimited version, I learned that instead of it being 2 books, it's actually 6 books total. There are 6 books. There was a cliffhanger, and I was really intrigued with the idea of continuing this series. I do plan on reading the rest, but I guess I'll take them book by book. I don't think I'm 100% on reading all 6, but I definitely want to read the second one. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I can see why it got super viral. I don't think I'm gonna pick up any new books until I either DNF or finish How to Sell a Haunted House, because I realize that I'm juggling a lot of books. So I'm going to probably listen a little bit more of How to Sell a Haunted House, and before this vlog ends, I'll kind of determine if I continue that book or I DNF it. So it's finally starting to feel kind of paranormal, ghosty haunting. So I can't tell if it's actual haunting from a ghost or if it's them losing their minds because of the grief that they're trying to work through. But it does feel more like a haunted house. So I'm holding out now. All right, I'm starting to like How to Sell a Haunted House a little bit more. Not love, not, I wouldn't even say I like it, but it's tolerable and I'm finding myself more intrigued. So I'm leaning towards more like, I'm about halfway through the book now. I'm starting to actually like Mark as a character because I knew deep down there was some type of misunderstanding with Mark in that whole story. So I didn't like him because he was really annoying. He was made out to be really annoying because that's how Louise saw him. But Louise, I still don't really like her very much. Like, she's super manipulative, but I think she's also really avoidant. Like, there are a lot of things that are coming up that she has been avoiding her entire life, and she kind of makes up things. She full on gaslit Mark, which is crazy. It could also be said as maybe also her trauma. So it's a lot of messy things. I don't hate the book right now. I don't like the book, but I also don't feel like I need to DNF it. I hope Louise just stop being so judgmental. And what's going on with Pumpkin? If you know, you know. Guys, I locked in. I fully locked in and finished How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. I think the night after the last clip, I sat down and worked on my reading journal and listened to the rest of the book. I don't know how I feel, to be honest. I got what I wanted for this book, which is an actual paranormal story. But the rest of the parts of the book, I just did not really enjoy. You saw that I didn't like the characters at all. Mark started being okay, but like, I never once thought, I actually like them now. Which is okay, because I don't think you are meant to always like characters in books, but it took away from my enjoyment of reading because they annoyed me so much. I think it was a lot longer than it needed to be. The second half of the book went wild, and not necessarily in a good way, just so out of control that I was like, how did we get from the first half of the book to this? It was just such a 180. I'm not a huge fan of dolls, and dolls play a really big part in this story, dolls and puppets. It just, I don't know. I ended up giving this book a 2.5 star. It's not a book I will ever reread, and I think that's what my 3 stars are. 3 stars are like I would possibly reread if I was in the mood for it in the future. My battery is about to die, so I need to just do this quickly. I liked it enough to keep reading it, but I didn't like it enough to reread it in the future. Basic, that's it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I know it was a little bit all over the place, but if you made it this far, thank you so much. I'm really excited to continue making videos, and I hope you guys will join me in the next week. Yeah, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a good day or night or whenever you're watching this, but catch you in the next one.